Hi, welcome to Amanda and Zoe's Pooch-Tastic podcast, the only podcast with a real bite to it. To introduce myself, my name is Amanda. I'm 28 years old. I've been volunteering with a pet adoption event in Brooklyn. Yes, I know, Zoe, I love you too. Um, uh, for about 4 or 5 years, and I've been a dog owner for 10 years. I have a Bichon Frise named Esme, and my latest addition is Zoe. She is a 1-year-old German Shepherd Doberman Beagle mix, and she really likes to cuddle. And today, for our first podcast, I'd like to talk about dog park etiquette. The reason why I decided to talk about this for my first episode is due to the fact that the dog park near us, maybe about 10 minutes away, just got renovated after a year. It took about a year for them to fix. I'm not quite sure why. Zoe, no, sorry. Zoe doesn't want to be on camera, but we're going to let her be on camera. So anyway, I've seen over the past couple of days just a lot of, interesting people doing some really stupid things. Now again, I'm not a professional, but I have owned a dog for over 10 years. I've been volunteering, and I do my research. While I'm not a professional dog trainer, I do know, some things, and I can give advice. And this podcast is really just for, dog owners who are looking to get advice from fellow dog owners. Anyway, so here's a couple of rules for dog park etiquette. 1, don't bring your kids. I can see if maybe they're like 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, fine. But I've seen a couple of people bring kids who are clearly younger, and even Zoe thinks it's stupid. And, they're running around, and you don't know if those dogs in the dog park are good with kids. Some might be great with kids. Some, like her, might have a high prey drive, and they see a kid running, they're going to go and they're going to nip and chase, and God forbid something happens, the kid's going to get knocked over, or even worse. It's not a good mix. And also, you know what? It's just really irresponsible. I understand your dog needs to be exercised, but there's so many parks that cater to, dog owners and kids. I mean, there's plenty of parks near me for humans that have green spaces, but they also allow off-leash hours. And, you can also take a 30-foot long line and just have your kid run around and play there as well, instead of, bringing them to a dog park where you don't really know. So, aside from no kids, you should also not bring any dog-aggressive dogs. There was this one guy, not at the dog park that just opened, but there's another dog park a little further away from me. That was the only one that was open when the first one was closed. This one guy brought in a dog-aggressive bully mix, some kind of pit mix that he picked up from North Shore Animal League. The dog was clearly dog aggressive. He knew this because I guess he also brought the dog to play with his Doberman friend, or his girlfriend or wife or whatever's Doberman. And the dog had a shock collar, and the dog kept snapping at other dogs, and thankfully he left. But if you know your dog is dog aggressive, why would you take the chance of something happening to your dog and bringing it to a dog park? Like, what, are you some kind of stupid? Seriously? You're a freaking idiot. I'm sorry, you're a moron. If you know your dog is dog aggressive, keep your damn dog at home. There's plenty of other things you can do with your dog. You can do recall work with it, you can do obedience. There's so many kind of dog sports, lure coursing, shotzen, you name it, you can do that. If you have a fenced-in backyard, you can buy a cheap agility kit and teach it agility. See, even Zoe agrees. Also, if your dog is a resource guarder, for Christ's sake, keep it at home. Dog snapped at her because it had a ball in its mouth, and she got spooked. If you know your dog is not good with other dogs that have resource guarding issues, then don't bring whatever it likes to guard, such as food or a toy or whatever, or just stay home. I mean, really. Finally, if your dog is not good with men or women, stay home. Please, stay home. Stay home. There was a guy who had a lab. The lab was afraid of women. Why the hell would you bring it to a dog park? Especially if you're not watching your dog. It's another pet peeve of mine. People who don't watch their dogs. There's a bit of a fencing issue. They use wrought iron fences in the dog park near us. Trying to see if we can get maybe mesh around it. Because some of the bigger dogs or the medium-sized dogs could slip through and maybe get stuck. Like, I don't think Zoe could. She's only like 26 to 28 pounds, and she's got a wide chest, but, you know, you never know. And Zoe says she doesn't even want to try to go. But, you know, people really need to watch their dogs, and this, to go back to my story, people were not watching their dog, and the dog was hurting mine because it was like a cattle-dog mix by the fence, and I want to try to keep her away from the fence so she doesn't accidentally get stuck. And it took like maybe 10-20 minutes for them to realize, oh, maybe we should get our dog. I mean, really, people are such idiots. So anyway, dog park etiquette. Let's go over the rules. 1, no kids. 2, leave your dog or aggressive dogs home. 3, make sure your dog isn't a resource guarder, and if it is, either keep it at home or bring, or don't bring whatever it guards. 4, if your dog doesn't like men, women, keep it at home. You don't want to accidentally get, have to deal with somebody getting mad because your dog bit it. 5, watch your dog. Seriously, just watch your dog. Anyway, so this is going to be a weekly podcast. And if you have any topics that you want me to cover, let me know. You can message me and I'd be happy to cover it. I'm probably going to be talking about dog aggression, how to choose a dog from a shelter, signs of really shady shelters, because unfortunately, we don't like to think so. But there are some. I've seen them. It's not a good thing. Also, some local adoption events that are going to be occurring in the New York City area, or places where you can adopt a dog if you're looking for one. Reputable breeders, things that you can do with your dogs if you're not lucky enough to live in a dog park, or if your puppy is driving you absolutely up the wall and it doesn't have all its shot yet, which is what I had to do with Zoe over here. Yeah, let me tell you, she was a hellion when she was a puppy. And I have plenty of experience with coming up with really fun games to keep your puppy entertained and your puppy from trying not to chew up your house or your shoes and stuff like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and I hope you guys have a good night. Say bye, Zoe. Say bye to our audience. Yeah, she doesn't really care. She doesn't want to be on camera. Right, Zoe? Say bye. Have a good night, guys. Bye.